try to explain to you how much snow there is outside right now. So there's a big bunch of snow that landed on Minneapolis overnight, and that's where I'm driving right now. Thank the Lord, I have four-wheel drive. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I don't think I'm going to get stuck. But I would take prayers nonetheless, especially as I'm heading home this afternoon to go back to my city, where I think there's a lot more snow and the possibility of a blizzard. Yikes! I'm currently just driving in ruts that are made on the ground from other people who have driven. So that's exciting. I don't know what this guy wants to do. I don't think he knows what he wants to do. Anyways, and so all I wanted to do was just come to the store and get a little something for breakfast. So I went to a gas station, and this is just their lot that they had to plow this morning. But all the snow here, it's just shoved up all the way against this fence. And you can tell that this fence is one of those privacy fences that are at least 6 feet, maybe 6 feet tall. And so the snow is pushed all the way up there. And then you've got icicles that are killers that are just hanging off houses. This is not uncommon. And the wind is blowing at like 20 miles an hour, and it's ice cold. So let me show you, like, some of the main roads got plowed that I was just on. And these are the side streets. These are the ruts I'm talking about. So you got to stay in the ruts, otherwise you have to go through that deeper snow, and cars that don't have four-wheel drive can sometimes get stuck. So this is why they're telling people, they're sending out a big just a big state emergency saying, stay in your house, don't leave, don't go anywhere, you're gonna get stuck. But I still left. But you see how right there in the middle of the road, it's just so deep. So that's nothing to mess with. Check this out, folks. My dad had a question about a word.
Don't say what the word is.
I won't. And he went to grab his dictionary next to the side of his chair that he keeps on hand. So this is him looking up the word. We all quickly grab our phones to look at Google, but my dad, old school, grabs the dictionary. I love it. Hey guys, happy Sunday again. I always do that. Like, I seem to start a video in the middle of the day as though I had never started a video for the whole day. I know I already said hi to you guys this morning. So, I'm what you call white knuckling it on my drive home. We've got like terrible weather, so this vlog may be very short today because, well, I spent most of the day waiting at my mom's house till I thought that the roads would be passable to drive home. So far on this stretch of the road they are okay, but the wind is like 20 or 30 mile per hour wind. I mean straight winds, and then 46 mile per hour gusts. So it's blowing all this new snow that's just fallen overnight over the roads, and just making it pretty treacherous and really kind of difficult to hold on. I'm sure I'll get home just fine, so don't worry. But I do have a lot of phone calls to make when I get home to let everybody know that I got home safe. Yeah, in hindsight, I wouldn't have made this trip. So, but the things we do for our kids, and I also wanted to see my family. I mean, it was nice to catch up with my family. But now that I have you hands-free on my window, on my phone holder, I will give you guys, I'll just talk to you for a little bit here. So tomorrow's my weigh-in. I probably will have a gain. And I kind of just anticipated that. But I was really pleased so far of the intermittent fasting that I've been able to do. And I do believe that that's something that I'm going to continue on going forward. I was not able to do that this morning. And in fact, today I kind of just threw all threw it all out the window and decided I'm just not going to track my points today. So, just kind of having one of those, well, it started off as a lazy day, but now it's become, you know, kind of hold on tight and just pray you get home okay. So, and I don't mean to make this channel all about weather, but it tends to be a big factor in my life living up here in the Wisconsin area, where the weather is kind of dictates and rules a lot that goes on. So, how many other people out there weigh in on a Monday? Should I be changing it back to Fridays? I did it originally on Fridays, but then I kind of was feeling bummed because by Friday night or Saturday, I would start using some extra points, like weekly points, and then it was so difficult to maintain the rest of the week after, you know, spending so many points on the weekend. So then I thought, well, if I change my weigh-in days to Monday, that'll keep me more in control of like binge eating on the weekends, because then I would be more in control and making better choices because I knew that Monday would be the weigh-in day. But I don't know. Tell me what you guys do. What day of the week is your weigh-in day for Weight Watchers or WW? Again, mine started off as Fridays, and it was fine because it helped me to stay on track through the week. But then on the weekends, I would splurge, and it became kind of, you know, sad that by the time Monday rolled around, I was like nearly out of my weekly points. However, now that I'm doing Mondays, I'm better spending my points on the weekend. Oh, that guy's on the side of the road. But then through the week, I tend to go off course a little bit, and then I wrangle everything up better on the weekend. So, I don't know. That's a hard one to decide. And I almost, because I was talking to my mom today about Weight Watchers, and she's like, oh, so you don't go to meetings anymore? And I was like trying to explain to her my rationale as to why I don't go to meetings anymore. And then she was like, oh, yeah, okay, so that makes sense. Which, by the way, Mom, I love you. And so, because the way it goes so far in my Weight Watcher meetings is that I have a really great leader on a day of the week that leads a class of like no involvement. Like everybody in the class doesn't really say anything. They just sit in their seats like little zombies, and they're like and then they get up and leave at the end of the meeting. And so it's kind of like, that's sad. But then the other meeting that I used to go to had a lot of involvement from all the members that were sitting there in the chairs, because they must have really liked this leader, and I didn't really care for the leader. So it was kind of like a horse apiece. What do you want? A really great leader with little involvement and little enthusiasm, or a lot of enthusiasm by all the participants, but not such a great leader? And I don't mean to like put anybody down. I'm just saying that it's kind of difficult to feel inspired to continue on going to meetings when, you know, you have that type of situation. And I guess I could have, in all fairness, picked a different day of the week and gone to a different meeting altogether, because I think in my city there was like maybe 3 different meetings, and I had never gone to the 3rd meeting. So I guess I could always try to figure out that. But now it still wasn't enough for me to spend money every month to go to meetings. And then, I had such an issue because you miss a meeting, like it's $40 a month, so you miss a meeting, and then you know that you just wasted $10. That's how I looked at it. And sometimes, like, and maybe it was a seasonal thing, so I had started in the summertime in July, so maybe because I was so busy doing outside things throughout the week that I just didn't make it a priority. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to, I'm not at this point ready to go back to meetings, but I just wanted to bring that up and ask, you know, like, are you guys seeing that? Do you notice that at meetings that you go to? Let me know. Okay, I've got nearly white out conditions here. I better pay attention to the road. everybody. It's Sunday evening and I am home safe and sound. I thank you everybody for your prayers. Whew, everything feels good. I wanted to update you on two things. One, the computer is getting fixed. It ended up being that it wasn't like a 1-day turnaround. It ended up being that it has to be a 3 to 5 day turnaround, and then they're going to mail it back to our house. Had I known that it wasn't going to get fixed the same day, I probably wouldn't have taken it there. We would have just mailed it in to get repaired and then waited for it to come in the mail to come back to us. But live and learn, and now I got to see my family and everything's good on their front. The other thing I wanted to update you on was my daughter's knee. So if I didn't already tell you, her knee is going to be okay. She goes in on Tuesday to see the doctor, the specialist, and then they're going to give her a recommendation or an idea of what they want to do for her knee. But so far so good. She's been resting it, icing it, wrapping it, elevating it, all the things that she's supposed to. So we're happy for that. And I guess that's about it. Just a little white-knuckled shook up from my drive home. And I'm just glad that today is over. I will see you guys tomorrow. And it's back to work like usual.